Good afternoon, and welcome to the Proviso Mathematics and Science Academy commencement ceremony for the class of 2024. I am honored to be with you this afternoon. Due to the dignity and honor that we would like to convey to our graduating class, we ask that all guests silence their cell phones at this time. Will the audience please rise for the national anthem? All gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so bright
Please be seated. At this time, please help me welcome our principal, Ms. Kristen Chiganos.
Good afternoon. Superintendents Mr. Ashoff and Mr. Pavoni, Board President Mr. Valtierrez, Vice President Ms. Hickson, Secretary Ms. Barbahen, and esteemed board members Mr. Alexander, Ms. Grant, Mr. Ocampo, and Ms. Patterson, District Administration, and PMSA Assistant Principals, and my teammates, Ms. Mason and Dr. Walker. Welcome to all the families and friends who came today. Bienvenidos a todas las familias y amigos que vinieron hoy. My name is Kristen Chiganos, and I am the interim principal at PMSA. It is a great honor for me to stand up here today as we celebrate the magnificent young adults in this arena. Before I begin, I would like us to take a moment of silence to honor the memory of Senior Evelyn Martinez, who we lost earlier this year and whose family is here with us today. Thank you. Seniors, it is quite nostalgic for me to come to this venue each year for graduation. Just under 25 years ago, I walked across the same stage for my college graduation from UIC. Well, for those of you who like to tune into America's Got Talent, stop wasting your time, because all the contestants that you need to know about are right here in this arena. Let me tell you, let's give it up for them. Among the seniors sitting before us, 21 are Illinois State Scholars. This means they rank in the top 10% of graduates in Illinois high schools. 60 of them earned the Illinois Seal of Biliteracy, and 21 earned the Illinois Commendation toward Biliteracy. We have one National Merit Commended Scholar. For the first time ever, we have 5 seniors who are earning the AP Capstone Diploma, and 2 Golden Apple Scholars in this crowd. Collectively, this group of talent, capital T, has been offered more than $14 million in scholarships for their future studies. And yet, these accolades just touch on the students' academic achievements. What about our students' performing arts talents? During the past 4 years, we've been entertained by spectacular singing, dancing, guitar and piano solos, spoken word poetry, drumline and majorette performances, capoeira, tinikling, salsa, bachata, and ballet folklorico at PMSA's ever-popular triannual cultural programs, our Hispanic heritage, Black history, and Asian American Pacific Islander programs. What some of our families might not know is that all 3 programs are student-written, produced, and directed each year by the upperclassmen, and this year's set of programs was no exception. When I told you PMSA's Got Talent, I meant it. The encouragement these seniors gave their peers when they went on stage was incredible, and the auditorium was bursting with energy during all 3 programs. Quincy Jones and David Foster would be proud. When you have a diverse student body and a group of students comes together to celebrate their culture on stage and their peers cheer them on from the audience, that's a beautiful thing to witness. And it's one of the things I cherish most about my job. Speaking of entertaining, specifically singing, you heard our choir once already and you'll hear them again in a little while. One of the senior choir members formed a breakaway a cappella group, affectionately dubbed the Acapythons. This year, knowing how much I love music, Mr. Brown surprised me one day and had them come perform in my office to Frank Sinatra's classic, Fly Me to the Moon. Needless to say, I was moved to tears and has easily become one of my favorite memories that I will cherish from this amazing graduating class. Now, I haven't even mentioned our band, which you will also get the privilege of hearing again later today, which went in our community several times this year to perform at some of our feeder schools. Most recently, they performed at Thurgood Marshall Elementary for their kindergarten graduation. And one of the songs they performed was Elton John's "I'm Still Standing." The theme of the song is that life throws a lot of curveballs at you, but you can certainly survive with them, with a little skill and will. I challenge you to consider what you have learned about yourself while at PMSA, and I hope you will recognize that all of you have developed a level of courage and tenacity that will make you unstoppable in the future. You are still standing. You got here. It's a catchy tune. Listen to it this weekend sometime. Make it your fallback mantra if you ever start to doubt yourself. As far as fine arts, we have some amazing artists among this group. Several of our students submitted their AP Drawing and AP Digital and Imaging portfolios to the College Board, and the exhibition show with works from artists in our IBDP2 course, along with our Spring Art Show, further showcase the talent we have among our seniors. Furthermore, one senior recently participated in the NAACP Chicago West Side Branch local competition for a drawing he did. He was awarded a gold medal. This earned him an all-expense-paid trip to the AXO National Competition this July in Las Vegas. Before I pivot, I want to thank the class of 2024 for their graciousness they demonstrated this year for their choice of senior prank, which was rather innocuous. Of all the havoc they could have caused, and I've listed a myriad of ways they are creative and innovative, the best thing they came up with was to park a few of their cars in random directions in the lot on their second to last day of school. I can only imagine the communication chain that went out the night before. Hey, let's get really wild and park our cars outside the lines. Needless to say, thank you for giving us grace in that decision. I can only hope the class of 2025 is that forgiving. I'm going to pivot now as I call to mind one of music history's great stars. The late great Tina Turner had a personal life filled with adversity, but on the outside, she always shined. And she asked her fans, what's love got to do with it? Seniors, I challenge you to go out into the world with love in your hearts. You've shown love to each other these past 4 years. You've shown love to your teachers and staff. And I will say you've shown love to yourselves in the way you persevered and gotten yourselves right here today. Continue to lead with love. Always show love and kindness to your family and those around you. And first and foremost, love yourselves, believe in yourselves. Those of you who know me well know that I love all genres of music as well as dancing, so I'm going to make one more music reference. The song La Vida es un Carnival by Celia Cruz. Although it literally translates to life is a party, the takeaway I want you to have is that whatever your next chapter may be, you need to find a balance that makes you happy and makes you feel alive, and need to cultivate it, to shape it, and make it your own. Figure out your path, stay the course, see the commitment through, just like you did for these past 4 years at PMSA. Those of you who were on a sport or participated in a club or held a job or volunteered, and I know some of you did a combination of those things. You know what it means to conquer balance. You already have a head start. Being able to have balance and finding fulfillment in that is rewarding. Keep the momentum going. PMSA was just the start. You have your whole life ahead of you. You're still standing. As I close, I'll tell you one more time, love's got everything to do with it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Chiganos. I would like to welcome the Proviso Township High School's District 209 School Board President, Mr. Samuel Valtierrez.
Good afternoon, graduating class of 2024. Buenas tardes, clase de graduación del 2024. Good afternoon, parents, friends, esteemed staff, guests, and fellow board members. Buenas tardes, padres, amigos, estimados personal, invitados y miembros de la Junta Directiva. Class of 2024, as we gather here today, covered in the warm glow of accomplishments and anticipation, you stand at the beginning of a new chapter in your lives. Clase del 2024, a reunirnos aquí hoy, cubiertos por el cálido resplandor del logro y anticipación, están al inicio de un nuevo capítulo en sus vidas. You see, this moment is not about the diplomas you will receive, but about the journey that brought you to this point and the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Ven, este momento no se trata solo de diplomas que recibirán, sino del viaje que los trajo hasta aquí y las infinitas posibilidades que les esperan. Class of 2024, you are unique. You are a unique class, and let me tell you why. Clase del 2024, son una clase única y permítame decirle por qué. You are the class that discovered that meme coins and cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum are the future of our finance system. Son la clase que descubrió que las monedas meme y las criptomonedas como Bitcoin y Ethereum son el futuro de nuestro sistema financiero. You were the first freshman class that went to school in 2020 in your pajamas while lying in your bed, eating Cheetos, Takis, and drinking orange juice. Fueron la primer clase de freshmen del primer año que fue a la escuela en el 2020 en pijamas mientras estaban acostados en sus camas comiendo chetos, Takis y bebiendo jugo de naranja. You were the class that made Zoom and Microsoft great stocks to buy. Fueron la clase que convirtió a Zoom y Microsoft en excelentes acciones para comprar. You are also the class that most likely used ChatGPT to graduate on this day. But that it's okay. But that is okay. You made it and you are here, relieved with a sense of honor, glory, determination, and pride. También son la clase probablemente que usó inteligencia artificial como ChatGPT para graduarse en este día. Pero está bien, lo lograron y están aquí hoy, aliviados con un sentido de honor, gloria, determinación y orgullo. But allow me to pause for a moment to give you some words of encouragement. Permítanme hacer una pausa por un momento para darles algunas palabras de aliento. Perhaps not everyone needs to hear this, but if you are here today, this is for you. Quizás no todos necesitan escuchar esto, pero si estás aquí hoy, esto es para ti. Life comes in phases, and not all of us do things in order. Not all of us follow, and not all of us know our potential. La vida viene en fases y no todos hacemos las cosas en orden. No todos seguimos y no todos conocemos nuestro potencial. You may know that at this moment you are called to be someone great. Es posible que no sepas que en este momento estás llamado a ser alguien grande. You see, each person's time is different. Ven, el tiempo de cada persona es diferente. I stand before you today as a graduate of Proviso East class of 1990. But unlike yourselves, I never sat in those seats. Because, well, let's say my grades were D's and F's, and my GPA, was not great. Not because I'm not smart, but because that was my decision at that time. Hoy me paro ante ustedes como el graduado de la clase de 1990 de Proviso East. Pero a diferencia de ustedes, nunca me senté en esos asientos. Porque bueno, digamos, mis calificaciones eran D's y F's. Y mi promedio, pues, no era genial. No porque no sea inteligente, sino porque esa fue mi decisión en ese momento. I have understood throughout my journey that each person's timing is different and success is not sold by the pound. He entendido a lo largo de mi viaje que el tiempo de cada persona es diferente y el éxito no se vende por libra. You see, I decided to take those D's and name them determination. And I also took those F's and turned them into focus. Ven, decidí tomar esas D's y llamarlas determinación, y también tomé esas F's y las convertí en enfoque. So never compare yourself to anyone. Your time for success will come. You are unique, you are smart, you are powerful. And if you go to church, remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Así que nunca te compares con nadie. Tu momento de éxito llegará. Eres único, inteligente y poderoso. Y si vas a la iglesia, recuerda, todo lo pueden en Cristo que los fortalece. Let me tell you something else. If you are going to take away something from my short speech, well, I think it was short. Success is for those who seek it diligently, constantly, honestly, truthfully, honorably, and fervently. And don't confuse success with prosperity, okay? But in case you do, let me remind you that the secret of prosperity is given to those who have less than you, sharing the little or abundance that you have, helping the less fortunate, supporting those in need, encouraging those who are down, and loving humanity, because that is what we are called to do. Permítame decirle algo más. Si se va a llevar algo de mi breve discurso, toma esto. El éxito es para aquellos que lo buscan diligentemente, constantemente, honestamente, sinceramente, honorablemente y fervientemente. Y no confundan el éxito con la prosperidad. Pero en caso que lo hagas, déjame decirte o darte el secreto de la prosperidad, que es dar a aquellos que tienen menos que tú, compartir poco o lo mucho que tienes, ayudar a los menos afortunados, apoyar a los necesitados, animar a los que están abajo y amar a la unidad, porque eso es lo que hemos sido llamados a hacer. Clase del 2024. Al entrar a este vasto desconocido del futuro, hagámoslo con valentía y convicción. Class of 2024. As we step into the vast unknown of the future, let us do so with courage and conviction. Let us chase our dreams with unwavering determination, knowing that the path to success is often paved with setbacks and detours. Persigamos nuestros sueños con una determinación inquebrantable, sabiendo que el camino hacia el éxito a menudo está lleno de contratiempos y desvíos. Let us embrace failure, not as a defeat, but as a catalyst for growth and innovation. Aceptemos el fracaso, no como una derrota, sino como un catalítico para el crecimiento y la innovación. Class of 2024, congratulations. Clase del 2024, felicidades. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Valtierres. Let us welcome this year's keynote speaker, Reverend Dr. Lawrence Perez.
It's so good to be here today. And before we go any further, I want to ask if we can all give this amazing class a standing ovation. Can we give a standing ovation and just clap it on to this class of 2024? Great job. Hey, you may be seated. Se pueden sentar, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and above all, the graduating class of 2024, I congratulate you, and today we celebrate your hard work, your perseverance, and the bright future that awaits each and every one of you. As you sit here and adorned in your cap and gown, and you're not just closing a chapter, you're stepping into a new path. A path of infinite possibilities. And what awaits you is the unknown. But as students who began their high school journey during a pandemic, like Voltaire said to us today, eating Takis, right? And being in front of the computer. I thought about this for a little bit because you forged your way through the unknown. And today we celebrate your achievement. Life is not easy, and life will teach us a few things or two. It's like the story of the bird that was flying in Chicago during trying to get out of the cold weather, and as it was flying, it went really high, and the wings began to be frozen. And as his wings were frozen, he couldn't continue to flap his wings. He was cold and frozen that his wings stopped, and he crash landed into a farm. When he crashed into the farm, along came a cow, went over the bird and pooped manure on the bird. The bird was upset because the manure stunk. It was not good. It was uncomfortable. But all of a sudden, as the manure was hot over his body, he noticed that it began to melt the ice on his wings. And as it began to melt, he noticed that, wait a minute, the manure isn't that bad after all. And as he's there, he began to sing and whistle as birds do. And as he's whistling and making a noise, a cat heard the whistle. And when the cat heard the whistle, he began to follow where the noise was coming from, which led to the manure. The cat dug through the manure, found the bird, ate the bird. End of story. I promise I'm going somewhere with this. There are three lessons that we can learn from the story. Lesson number one, not all manures of life is a bad thing. Lesson number two, not everyone who pulls you out of manure is your friend. And number three, the next time you find yourself in the manure of life, shut up, don't say a word. As I reflect on what you all had to endure to get here, and some of you, this may be the first time actually being able to march for your graduation, I was quickly reminded of the Pathfinder. A Pathfinder is one that discovers a way and especially a new route in unexplored regions. Graduates of PMSA, you all have the spirit of the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder spirit is a spirit of exploration, courage, and relentless pursuit of the unknown. It's what has driven pioneers, innovators, and trailblazers throughout history. And it's what will guide you as you embark on your journey beyond these walls here. The Pathfinder spirit is about embracing the unknown with open arms. It's about seeing challenges not as obstacles, but as an opportunity for growth. Think about the explorers who ventured into uncharted territories, not knowing what lay ahead, but driven by curiosity and the desire to discover. They didn't have a map. They created one. You too are stepping into a world that's evolving faster than ever before. Technology, social change, and global challenges are reshaping our landscape. It can be daunting, but it's also incredibly exciting if you think about it. You have the chance to be the pioneers for your generation, charting new courses in science, in arts, technology, society. So I leave you with four things today. 4 words I want to share. The letter P is perseverance. To persevere means being courageous. It means taking risks and stepping out of the comfort zone. Remember, every great achievement began as a bold decision to take a risk. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone to success. Thomas Edison, when inventing the light bulb, said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each failure brought him closer to his goal. So if you stumble, don't be discouraged in life. Learn from it, grow from it, and keep moving forward. Each of you has a unique talent and perspective that this world needs to see. Your contributions matter. Your voice matters. I think about the immigrants, my ancestors who paved the way. In my case, maybe using machetes to go through the cane fields of Puerto Rico, who grabbed these machetes to make their own paths, and it took perseverance. The next letter is the letter A for attitude. The Pathfinder spirit also involves having an attitude that means being curious, open-minded, and with integrity. In our rapidly changing world, it's essential to stay curious, to keep asking questions, and to never stop learning. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing. So seek out new experiences, new perspectives, and new challenges. Have the attitude that aims at having a great character. And remember, your talent can take you to the mountaintop, but your attitude will determine how long you stay up there. Seek out, continue to move forward. Craig Groeschel says these words: "Your example matters more than you can imagine." The letter T is together. Remember, being a Pathfinder is not a solitary endeavor. Throughout history, the greatest Pathfinders have surrounded themselves with supporting communities. They collaborate, they shared knowledge, and they lifted up each other. Cherish the relationship you have built up to here. And as you move forward, seek out communities that inspire and not only support you, but together you can achieve more than you can ever achieve before. A man of wisdom once said that a cord of 3 strands can never be broken. The letter H, high targeted goals. Aim high, shoot at the moon, and if you miss, you'll land on the stars. Sounds cliche, but let me tell you something. If you aim at nothing, you will always hit that target of nothing. So have a goal in mind for a place that you want to lead and get to, and understand that if you continue to move forward, you will reach your destiny. So I think about this word, the P for perseverance, A, attitude, right? T, together, and H, high targeted goals, means create the path. So in closing, as you leave here today, I encourage you to embrace the Pathfinder spirit in all aspects of your life. Be bold, be curious, be resilient, blaze your own trail, and don't be afraid to forge new ones. This world and everyone here today needs your creativity, your passion, and your drive. You see, I too know what it means to be and have the spirit of a Pathfinder. I join you, class of 2024. Why do I say that today? You see, when I was a child, my father abandoned my mom. I didn't know my dad till the age of 19 years old. And I was held back in the 4th grade. I was told I would never amount to anything. I struggled with fear and insecurity all my life. I had my grandmother die in my arms. I remember being assaulted by a knife by a few gang members in the city of Chicago. But even going through all of these things, I was able to pave the way, not only for myself, but for my children and for my family. In 2021, I went back to school to pursue a dream. It was the hardest thing, especially even last year, July 1st, which is coming pretty soon, will mark the year that my mom had gone home to Jesus. My mom had passed away. It was during that time that I was still in school and continued to push forward, even dealing with the hurt and the pain of what life brings in that ugly manure of death. But as this happened and I was continuing to move forward, in the month of January, the day was 26th of January this year, about 5 months ago or 4 months ago, I suffered a mild heart attack and I had a quadruple bypass. I was scared. I was terrified. I didn't think I was going to make it. But I thank my God for giving me life. And I thank God that I could be here today and share with you today. But it doesn't stop there. It gets really good. Because on April 26th, I was able to march and I graduated to be the first in my family. And not many of our Latino family people can say this because it's important that we do share this. And I can say that I graduated with my Doctor of Ministry. I graduated from Southeast University. So this is an amazing honor to me to stand here today and alive to do it. I'm not a memory, which I could have been, but I am a living testimony, a living legacy, just like you here today. Class of 2024. You are an empty canvas today. Go make your own maps. The future is yours to shape. Go forth with confidence and courage. Be the pathfinders of tomorrow. Congratulations and the best of luck to you and your journey ahead. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Perez. I would now like to introduce our faculty speaker, Ms. Sarah Hewells.
Hi, everybody. How we doing? Good? Okay. Good afternoon and welcome. I am Sarah Hewells, and it is my honor to be chosen as faculty speaker by the class of 2024. I'm completing my 9th year of teaching at PMSA and my first graduation speech. As I look out into this sea of purple, I recognize faces that make me smile. Faces of some of my favorite people. Faces that I already miss. Listen carefully to this next sentence. I am so proud of you. Today is a day to reflect and celebrate your accomplishments. For many of you, this is the first normal graduation since kindergarten. It has definitely been an interesting and not easy 4 years, but you did it. Every year of your high school experience was so drastically different. New bell schedules, new administration, new grading scales, rest in peace 50% rule. Freshman year started learning physics from home, light work. If you opted to come in hybrid second semester, you quickly realized you were the only person in the classroom to laugh at Mr. Wolf's dad jokes. Sophomore year, you finally got to actually meet each other in person. I remember looking in the hallway trying to figure out what you guys were all about. The energy that you brought back into the building reinvigorated us and reminded us all why we got into teaching in the first place. Junior year, I got a front row seat into learning who you are. We had a rough start. It was definitely touch and go there for a while, but as you learned that proteins are secretly the answer to everything, the definition of evolution, and that Zots are amazing, I learned how kind, caring, and supportive you are of each other, how close you had become in such a short period of time. I got to see your passion and appreciate you as individuals. You are a diverse group: artists, athletes, activists, musicians, mechanics, nail techs, photographers, barbers, gamers, singers, fashionistas, just to name a few, with a vast array of gifts and talents. But one thing that you all share is kindness. Never underestimate the power of that kindness. In a world that can often feel chaotic and divided, the simple act of showing compassion and empathy towards others has a profound impact. Senior year, my room became the safe space where you and your friends could just genuinely hang out, making plans for study groups and plans for the future. It was AP zero period breakfast most mornings and IB AP lunch that gave me the opportunity to meet even more members of the class of 2024. You dragged your friends along while stopping by in between periods to update me on your day and life. As an introvert, I relish quiet moments, but I took the most joy in providing that space for you and seeing you just relax, be yourselves, no matter how loud it got. We have laughed, cried, disagreed, and empowered each other. We have shared small moments and serious conversations. Know that you will forever be a part of our family. You are the perfect illustration that the bonds that link true family are not of blood, but respect and joy in each other's lives. I stressed over and fussed at many of you like you were my actual children. I have gray hairs, lovingly named after some of you. You have left an everlasting impact on PMSA. You would be amazed at how quiet the building has been this week. In 4 unconventional years, you became the lifeblood of the school. We will always be here to support you. If you ever need a reminder of how special you are or how much you've already overcome, reach out to us. I promise that we will continue to be some of your biggest cheerleaders. And yes, we will still remember you 10 years from now. There are alums in this building right now that I think of often and hope are doing well. Update us on the amazing things that you do because we will always be proud of you, and your achievements inspire us to be better. Every good graduation speech needs a quote. So, evolution is a change in allele frequency. Wait, wrong quote. I would like to share with you one from someone whose life I found inspiration in when I was your age. New York Senator Robert F. Kennedy, when speaking at the University of Cape Town in South Africa on June 6, 1966, said, "It is from numberless diverse acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped. Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. You are not hardly ripples, you are tidal waves. Now go forth and show the rest of the world what you can do." Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Ms. Hewells. I would now like to invite the members of the class of 2024 Academy Voices to join us for the singing of the PMSA 2024 mashup, directed by our choral director, Mr. Matthew Brown.
I wish somebody would have told me that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all those recklessness you regret.
Someday soon your whole life's gonna change.
You'll miss the magic of these good old days. Somebody would have told me that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days. You'll miss the magic of these good old days. Slipping through my fingers all the time, I try to capture every minute. The feeling in it, slipping through my fingers all the time. Do I really see what's in her mind. Each time I think I'm close to knowing, she keeps on growing, slipping through my fingers all the time, slipping through my fingers all the time. Although we've come to the end of the road, and I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Come to the end of the road, and I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Tantas fotos llenando los marcos, mi propio museo. Hay muchos trofeos, con ustedes tengo. Tanto que te lleva en la sangre, me duele sentirte tan lejos. Estrellas del cielo, y ahora te celebro. En esta casa no existen fantasmas, son puros recuerdos de tiempos ajenos, de buenos momentos. En el cielo volaban los buitres que auguran deceso, el fin de los tiempos. Nos hacemos Together, everyone, together, come on, let's have some
Thank you, Mr. Brown and the Academy Voices. I would like to introduce Mr. Akshat Jain and the PMSA Band as they share their selection, Cupid Shuffle. Thank you, PMSA Band. Help me welcome our distinguished research mentorship scholar, Edlemi Salinas.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edlemi Salinas, a first-generation Mexican-American, and it is an honor to stand before you today as a Class of 2024 research scholar. I'd like to begin my speech by saying thank you to my teacher, mentor, and the reason that I'm up here today, Miss Momney. Thank you for believing in me the past 2 years, for guiding me in my research, and giving me the opportunity to speak on this podium. Miss Momney taught me to be confident with my words and with myself. She has become more than a teacher to me, but also my source of inspiration. I'm eternally grateful to be given this opportunity to be in her class. Thank you for your dedication to teaching. It is what turned this dream into a reality. For weeks, the buzz of graduation has filled all our homes. My mom, in a recent conversation, shared that student speeches are her favorite part about graduations. With teary eyes, she anticipated hearing my friends Milo, Lucy, and Alyssa give a speech, picturing me with each word that they say. Imagine my joy and hers right now, seeing me up on this stage. Hi, Mom. I'm sorry I kept this a secret. My speech today has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the people who brought me to life, my ultimate inspirations, the people who made me believe I could do anything and everything I put my heart into, the woman whom I received my first name from, and the man whose last name you'll hear while I walk this stage tonight. My parents, who arrived in this country with nothing, have given me everything. They left family and everything they knew behind in order to give me a better life. Their journey across borders was for this moment, for me to cross the stage and honor our family's dream. Mamá y papá, estoy aquí cumpliendo no solo mis sueños, pero los de ustedes, los de mis abuelos y todas las personas que sacrificaron tanto para que yo llegara a este punto. To my first-generation graduates, this isn't just our personal triumph. This is for those who laid the foundations of our success. For our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, We stand here today because of the endless support that we received from our parents and loved ones. This diploma acts as more than just a paper, more than a confirmation of our graduation. It is a tribute to every hardworking soul who dared to dream of a better life for us, for those who taught us to persevere until our aspirations were within reach. Today, we don't just celebrate an individual achievement, but a collective milestone that resonates through generations. Our parents' legacy is not just in us completing high school, but in us setting the stage for the future. A future where our children will be able to mark a bachelor's degree or higher. Let's all take this step forward with gratitude and determination, carrying the legacy of those who came before us, following the dreams our parents brought into this country with them. Honor those dreams. Stay true to them, for those are what make you who you are. I'd like to end my night with all of you with a couple of words dedicated to my parents. Para mi mamá y papá, que llegaron sin nada pero me lo dieron todo, gracias. Gracias por las puertas que abrieron para nosotros, por las oportunidades de conocer cosas nuevas. Gracias por las memorias que tendré por el resto de mi vida. Gracias por darnos el nivel de educación que ustedes nunca tuvieron. Gracias por darnos la vida que todos merecen. No pude haber llegado a este punto sin ustedes. Los amo más de lo que podrían imaginar. Espero que hoy se sientan tan orgullosa de mí, de la misma manera que yo estoy orgullosa de ustedes. Todo lo que hago es para ustedes. Los quiero muchísimo. And to the class of 2024, I love you all so much.
Please help me welcome our distinctive IB Research Scholar, Alyssa Barba.
Good afternoon. To those of you who don't know me, my name is Alyssa. I'm very thankful to have been chosen the speaker as the International Baccalaureate Research Scholar. I had difficulty thinking about what I should talk about. I wanted to discuss something that was meaningful, but at the same time, I didn't want to sound too sappy. But I realized that I'd sound sappy no matter what I ended up discussing. So then I realized, hey, being the IB chosen speaker, why not discuss our academics? How many times have you all thought to yourselves, what grade will I get on that quiz? Or maybe even ask the teacher, will this assignment be graded? I'm sure each one of you have pondered this at some point. Being from Proviso Math and Science Academy, we have a lot of expectations, both from those around us and from ourselves. And of course, we are expected to be the smart ones. While yes, this may be true to a degree, it is also important to note that we are not defined by our intelligence. We are our own people with our own individual interests and hobbies, from sports all the way to gaming. And hey, if intelligence is what you choose to help define who you are, then so be it. Who am I to judge? But I wanted to be made aware that not everyone has to be gifted academically. In fact, there are various types of smarts that some may be proficient in and others may lack in. Some people may be academically smart, and others may be more street smart. So in all, we are intelligent in our own ways. That is not to say one's intelligence should be disregarded, but rather one should utilize the knowledge that they have to shape who we are now and who we are yet to become. I know that this class is full of various creative and intelligent minds. I've seen it. Academics are the cornerstone of the experiences we have faced. It has given us not just knowledge, but also invaluable life lessons. In classrooms, we've worked with one another to discover complex concepts. We've engaged with our fellow classmates in thought-provoking discussions. We have pushed the boundaries of our intellectual curiosity by asking questions that some would not consider asking or simply be too afraid to ask. Through our rigorous classes, we have come to grow our critical thinking skills and increase our desires to learn more. I hope that for every one of you, this desire continues to stay within you, growing and manifesting into something that will be beautiful, such as a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis. All of us have proceeded through our high school education on different paths, and whether these paths have come to intersect is up to chance. It doesn't matter whether you were an honors, IB, or AP student. We all had our own difficulties that we had to persevere through. And I am proud of every single one of you having been able to do so and make it to where you are today. That path that you chose will be full of bumps, and yes, you will be kicked down over and over and over again. But you must always remember to get back up and push yourself past your limits and learn more. There's still so much more knowledge the world has yet to offer to every single one of you. The IB program has been such a fascinating experience. Yes, we've had our ups and our downs and a bit more. The classes were rigorous, the essays and papers even worse. But we learned from it. We have become greater intellectuals and learned from each other's perspective. I am fortunate enough to say that not I've, but we've done it. Both us and the teachers who have put up with us, especially Mrs. Tanaka, who provided us with the guidance during our 2 years in the program. I would like to talk to my fellow IB diploma graduates directly. Thank you. Thank you for being able to create a safe net for each other and being able to welcome myself. I know being with the same people for just about every class for 2 years can get tiring, but we survived each other. I would also like to thank my mother and father, both of whom have offered support I've needed when the going gets rough. Especially my mother, who, whenever I was having trouble, whether it be in life or in school, she was there. My friends, new and old, who have been there for me in my darkest times, providing another perspective when needed. To my unbiological sister, who without her, I honestly have no idea who'd I be today. She has shaped so much of me. I love you, and I'm sad to say that I don't see you as often as I'd like to anymore. To my family, far away and just around the corner, thank you for everything, big or small. It has pushed me to be more. I would like to end my speech with a quote from, a well-known game. And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream. And the player began a new dream. And the player dreamed again, dreamed better. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce our AP Capstone Distinctive Graduate, Milo Giddings.
Hello, everybody. My name is Milo Giddings, and I'm a Vietnamese American and senior Proviso Math and Science Academy. And I'm very proud to be speaking before you as a representative of the AP Capstone program. Since the beginning, my experience in Proviso has been marked by firsts and lasts. I was part of the first freshman class to be remote for an entire year. I was able to be part of the first AAPI assembly since 2018 or 2019. And I was part of the first group of kids at PMSA to endure a month of a strike that ultimately changed the functioning of art. I was very happy to have been the first class of Miss Salinas, sad to be the last class of Mr. Schaefer, Mrs. Weiner, and Senor Greenberg, and incredibly proud to have been part of the first group to be able to utilize the opportunities of AP Calculus BC with Mr. Bokar and the AP Capstone Diploma program with Mr. Marcus. I know for all of us, we have these firsts and lasts that have marked our experience in high school. PMSA has been an incredibly unique environment. For all being a math and science academy, fighting to be a top-ranked school, we haven't always had the ability to utilize the same resources as other math and science academies or top schools in general. We have all grown to understand these struggles, and in all honesty, we as students, teachers, and administration have been given too many reasons to crack, and to leave. And while some have, and to those we miss you and still appreciate you, I want to personally express my admiration to everybody that is still here, and anybody that had the strength to step up and fill a much-needed space. For we know your motivations for staying or coming weren't for the money or the benefits or the resources, but it's for the genuine love for the community that you serve and the people that you represent. That is only done by those who fight through adversity and love deeply. We may have had to use expired science equipment at times, and we may not have a proper stage to perform on or even a normally sized gym. But what we do have is the unique ability to take whatever is given to us and maximize what we can make out of it. I mean, we were given an office room for a gymnasium, and we didn't wallow in the fact that we didn't have the space to play basketball, but instead, Mr. Zach taught us how to dance and even play pickleball and spike ball, which was fun, but you all get my point. Under those limitations, under those pressures, we didn't falter. We didn't accept what was given to us and use it as motivations for underachievement. From it, we became all leaders in our own way, and we're able to see the beautiful and unique forms of perseverance and resourcefulness blossom in every one of us. I've seen it develop over the past 4 years. And that's why I know without any doubt in my mind that no matter where you all are going or what you will end up doing, that every single one of us is going to be successful in our own right. Because in the end of the day, that's what matters, way more than any sort of SAT or AP score, more than what your peers or teachers may have thought about you, more than anything. Even outside of school, the ability to build your own opportunities out of whatever's given to you, while simultaneously fighting for what you know is right and just, those are the qualities and aspects of your character that are going to get you the farthest. These qualities live within every one of us, instilled by the bravery and resilience of our teachers, families, friends, and loved ones. It is because of all of you that I fight so openly for what I know is right. However, as UIC's own Aisha Afana, at her graduation this year and her 2024 commencement speech said, celebration without acknowledgement would be an injustice on behalf of the hundreds of thousands facing persecution and genocide, and the over 14,000 kids that will never have a chance to walk the stage. Now more than ever, our society needs people who can and will stand up for what they know is right, so we can finally take back our world from those who can only see profit. Today is when we need that leadership and that perseverance. People who can resist silence, but also the people who can stand united within a divided society and overcome the threats made to our humanity. So if there's anything you can take away from the speech or knowing me at all, it's to never stop standing up and fighting for what is right. For change is not made by people who stay silent. It's only made by people who are annoying and loud and demand that change must come. But with that being said, to finish everything off, my coach used to always tell us that when we're outside of school and outside of football practice, to always remember that you are representation of your household. So when you all move that tassel to the left, do it for the people that brought you here today, do it for your loved ones, do it for the people who could not be here with us today, do it for the people that made you who you are. But also do it for the senior that's worked so hard for so long to get to this point, the junior that made it through the SATs and APs, IBs, and so much more, the sophomore that was really a freshman, the freshman that was stuck at home, and finally, the 8th grader that was never able to have their own graduation and moved on to the next scary step of life without a proper send-off. Well, now I'm so excited to be here with you all to finally have that proper send-off into another world of unknowns and another world of opportunity. I'd like to say thank you to my family for giving me the independence and trust I needed to be able to form an intrinsic motivation for learning and loving. I know everybody says it, but I genuinely could not have done it without you. And as Liam wrote in my yearbook after countless hours of discussing the significance of BoJack Horseman, as BoJack says himself in season 3, episode 4, in this terrifying world, all we have are the connections we make. So with that being said, thank you to my friends for supporting me throughout anything and reminding me that I am worthwhile. And thank you to all of the other connections that I've made, no matter how close or how far, for you have all impacted the shape of my soul in more ways than you will ever know. My name is Milo Giddings, a Vietnamese American and graduate from Proviso Math and Science Academy. Thank you.
Let us now welcome the student-selected speaker, Lucy Ford.
Hey guys. My name is Lucy Ford, and I am so grateful to have been chosen as the Class of 2024 Student Selected Speaker. Thank you for voting for me. I wish I could go down there and hug every single one of you one more time. First and foremost, Adlemi, Alyssa, and Milo, it's an absolute honor to speak beside you. Your minds and souls are so inspirational. Secondly, I'd like to dedicate this speech to two people whose manifestations are no longer here physically, but now reside in the softness of the clouds and the shine of the sun. Miss Laura Roscoe, I'm so lucky to have known you and learned the power of the earth through you. Your passion and kindness lives on in all of us. And to my Nana, everything I know about love came from your eternal heart. I hope I'm making you proud. I would like every person in this room to close your eyes, except security for obvious reasons. Please, everyone close your eyes. Now, think of one person over the past 4 years that you have grown to openly love. Romantically, platonically, a teacher or a family member. Anyone. Think of one person that you have opened your heart to and love fully, but also allowing them to fully love you. Someone you know completely, whose existence is now embedded into yours. Now, if they're in this room, look at them. Smile. Tell them out loud right now, thank you. Thank you. If they're not in this room, think of the greatest memory you have with this person. The time when they helped you when you felt helpless, how they loved you when you felt unlovable, and smile. Kermit the Frog once said, maybe you don't need the whole world to love you. Maybe you just need one person. Remember this feeling, this pure human, warm, hug-like feeling of complete gratitude and love. This is the feeling that makes life worth living. Over the last 4 years, I've learned so much. I've learned the importance of trying your best from Mr. Zach, the expression of kindness from Ms. Laporte and Mr. Stevo, the effects of hard work from Mr. Bokar, the power of music and community from Mr. Brown, and the magic of life from Ms. Hewells. The teachers that fill PMSA are exceptional. They have given us more than education, but mentorship, guidance, safety, and lessons that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. However, the most important lesson I've learned from each and every one of you. Something that sounds so simple, yet has become the roots with which I have grown into myself, and the foundation of every thought I think and every word I speak. Each and every one of you has taught me that the meaning of life is to love. I've tried my best over the last 3 years to get to know all of you. For the few of you I haven't had a conversation with yet, hi, I'm Lucy, and I'm really proud of you. I've admired your work ethics and learned to know your strengths and how passionate you are about the things that fulfill you. I've seen you fight for your education, fight for your peers and teachers. There is no need for motivation or life-changing quotes because it is unbelievably clear that you all have the power and strength to succeed already, whatever that success might look like to you. More importantly, I've witnessed the magic of your hearts and your souls. Each one of you creates a vibrant and bright color of personality and happiness that have painted the walls of each classroom and filled the memories of each and every person you have encountered. Your blues, your greens, your reds, your purples, your own individual and unique auras of light and energy that surround you, and in turn, surround me now. I have come to realize that PMSA is my home, and the people inside of it are my family. Instead of defining my life by my sickly body or stressed mind, I have learned to define it by my relationships and my ability to fully love those around me. I've sought out to be a light in other people's lives and love openly and freely. What began with an amazing group of friends in advanced chorus to now the entire class of 2024, I am proud to say I have connected with as many people as possible. And those connections are, I've realized, what fulfill me. You gave me purpose. I know that the reason I was put on this earth doesn't have to be a specific passion or drive. It could simply be to love. The most human thing we do in a world of technology and AI is to connect with each other. The nurturing environment of PMSA and the unbelievably special group of individualistic people that you are, your hopes and openness with each other, you taught me that. Without that, I would not be half the person I am today. You will all live forever inside me. Giving advice feels weird since I've received so much more from you than you have given to me. However, I want to leave you with one thing that you might forget to do in the midst of your hard work, something that could slip your minds while you build the castles of dreams I've heard you talk about with stars in your eyes for the past 4 years. Please, whatever you do, fall in love. Fall in love with people. Fall in love with your friends, with your family, with your pets, with strangers you see walking across the street, with someone who smiles at you at the library. Fall in love with your work, with your classes, with your ability to do hard things with your mind and your body. Fall in love with your favorite places, with parks and trees and coffee shops and friends' cars, the places you call home. Fall in love with music, books, TV shows, and movies. Fall in love with feelings. Fall in love with the absolute surreal magic that is being human and how lucky you are to exist at the same time as all these things and people you have now fallen in love with. Fall in love with yourself. Recognize your power and learn to appreciate the little things that make you you, the little mannerisms and nerdy interests that you've picked up from every person you've known and every place that you've been. Look back on the past 4 years and always remember the love, measure your life in love, and never regret what you did for love. I thank you eternally for giving me the gift to see the world this way, and I hope in the last 4 or 5 minutes I have given a fraction of it back to you. Before I go, I'd like to thank the people that I owe all of my words to. To my parents, for supporting my passions and expressing their pride in me no matter what, especially to my mom, for teaching me to be a strong and independent woman, but also letting me be a girl. All of my accomplishments are a manifestation of your recovery and hard work. You are my sunshine. To my favorite person, you taught me to see endless beauty in the world and in myself. I am forever grateful to have been a character in your story, even if our chapter was shorter than I hoped. We still share the same soul. To my beautiful little family, Ivy, Ryan, Aiden, Elise, Trey, and Amelia. It's a blessing to have found my forever people so early in life. My light shines through a mosaic of you. To Eric Corral, where are you? There he is. I just want you to know that I'm so inexpressibly proud of you. And finally, to my Cassandra Collier Lavera, my soul sister, my other half, the moon to my sun. No matter how beautiful my new campus may be, I will always wish I was walking the PMSA halls with you, singing and laughing obnoxiously. Just call out my name and I'll be there. You've always got a friend. For the hugs and the high fives, for the smiles and the joy, for the love, thank you all.
Ms. Chiganos, will you please come to the podium to address the class of 2024?
Will the graduates please rise? All right. It's time. It is my privilege to verify that these seniors assembled here today have met the graduation requirements of the Proviso Mathematics and Science Academy, District 209 in the state of Illinois.
Graduates, please be seated. We will now begin with the distribution of diplomas. We ask that all guests remain seated and hold their applause until all of the graduates have been acknowledged. Section 1, please rise. Ida Adamarí Acevedo. Victoria Acosta. Ethan Evan Adame. Obafemi Adebayo. Naya Makeda Akbar. Christopher Aleman. Gabriel Amaro. Brian Nicholas Andrade. Jonathan Antunes. Ethan Connor Aranda. Leslie Unowen Arceo. Gabriel Arriola. Josué Arroyo. Naila Fernanda Ayala. Letzi Yuridia Baena Aviles. Daniel Tyrone Baker. Paris Aquila Ballantyne. Alyssa Marie Barba. Isaías Samuel Barrera. Liam John Barrett. Aldo Belmonte. Itzel Beltrán. Melissa Benítez. Sebastián Bonilla. Dulce Fabiola Bravo. Jakara Deja Brooks. Jada Crystal Brown. Jessica Lisette Bustamante. Franz Cabillo. Alani Cabrales. Cordero Caldwell. Ruby Carvajal. Cynthia Carreras. Sandra Rubí Carrillo Avelar. Jordan Marie Caston. Natalie Georgia Castro. Kai Imani Clark. Cameron Elise Cobb. Natalie Renee Calisi. Jacqueline Contreras. Shandy Cordero. Eric Corral. Gabriela Lisette Corral. Julian Miguel Corral. Valeria Covarrubias. Hillary Cruz Granados. Adán José Delgado. Ramiro Delgado. Ángel Pablo Domínguez. Sarah Catherine Dorsey Thurman. Jaylene Ann Dukes. Amira Joy Edwards. Adeli Escobedo. Ashley Kenya Esquivel. Adriana Therese Fabian. Cristian Flores. Lucille Ann Ford. Cheyenne Lene Freeman. Anna Catherine Galvan. Jennifer Galvan. Stephanie Gamboa Palomares. Kiara Victoria Garcia. Cameron Danielle Gibson. Wadik Mader Ginbat. Milo Oliver Lee Giddens. Emily Rachel Gomez Luna. Wendy Gamora. Alfredo Gonzalez. Emma Gonzalez. Julian Nathan Gonzalez. Angelina Delilah Gray. Caden Angel Guerrero. Rigoberto Gutierrez. Mauricio Guzman Chavez. Maya Lynn Hansen. Jamaria Harrington. Maya Harrison. Amy Madelay Hernandez de la Rosa. Yair Hernandez. Carol Hernandez Morales. Denise Hernandez Muñiz. Oscar Herrera. Ricardo Herrera. Eunice Ho. Savannah Hoffa. Rosalind Marie Hogan. Benjamin Huerta. London Jolie Ho. Miela Huner. Tatiana Hunter. Noor Musa Isa. Yara Karime Jaime. Accepting the diploma on behalf of Evelyn Martinez are her mother and her brother. Congratulations, Evelyn. Section 2, please rise.
Sabrina Elizabeth James. Soraya Marie Jaworski. Anaya Simone Jones. Kamari Nicole Jones. Joshua Jasper Ledesma Lawina. Danielle Lianos. Ariana Lindsay. Yaretsi Lizama. Brisel Rubí Loera. Fernanda Lomelí. Caitlin Ann Lopez. Cassandra Collier Lovera. Karen Guadalupe Luna Piña. Amairani Guadalupe Martínez. Yasmín Martínez. Priscila Citlali Martínez. Brandon Martín Tejada. Giselle Arlene Mejía. Guillermo Arid Meléndez. Nadia Mesa. Matthew Thomas Michaels. Carlos Andrés Miramontes. Samantha Monreal. Elena Montalvo. Manuel Montoya. Jocelyn Morales Zúñiga. Mia Michaela Núñez. Damian Alexis Ocampo. Joseph Chiemeka Ohazarume. Nana Ofusu Otre. Itzel Ordaz. Diego Ortega. Amaya Parks. Caitlin Olivia Patrick. Julian Eddie Perez. Omar Perez. Jalen Laurel Price. Aurelie Yasmin Ramirez. Roxana Reyes. Maya Evelyn Rice. Daniel Antonio Rios. Esmeralda Rivas. Marilyn Rivera Ramos. Eileen Rosales. Joshua Jaden Rivera. Emily Rodriguez Hernandez. Adriana Karina Rodriguez. Alyssa Gabriela Garina Rodriguez. Yamilet Rodriguez. Jocelyn Yuretsi Rodriguez. Paola Rodriguez. Giselle Francis Rodriguez. Michelle Rojo. Yatsiri Anaí Romero. Brandon Rosales. Diego Ruelas. Stephanie Ruiz. Charlene Saldana. Edlemi Salinas. Julissa Salto. Adrian Salto Hernandez.
Arileni Sanchez. Edgar Ronaldo Sanchez. Marilyn Sanchez. Stephanie Sandoval Sanchez. Destiny Angel Serrano. Johnny Gabriel Sevilla. Namari Avante Shepard. Jermaine Eugene Shirley. Kalia Smith. Miles Kobe Smith. Tanya Talavera. Janaya Eve Taylor. Alexis Deyes. Amaya Denise Thomas. Tony Angelia Thompson. Aaliyah Stephanie Thurman. Aaron Willie Tibbs. Josué Abraham Toledo. Juan Manuel Torres. Reynel Jiménez Tupas. Guillermo Gabriel Valladares. Aaron Amber Barney. Angel Vasquez. Japly Sabrina Vasquez. Valeria Vasquez. Ramiro Alejandro Ventura. Ariana Carmen Vera. Oriana Andrea Walton. Clarence Claude Wellington III. Malik Hero Wells. Owen Wazalowski. Michaela Jelius Renee Williams. Zaria Anima Imani Woodward. Gael Zaragoza. One more time, graduates. Graduates, would you please rise? Graduates, turn your tassels to the left. By the power vested in me by the state of Illinois and the village of Forest Park, I graduate the class of 2024. Congratulations! On behalf of Proviso Mathematics and Science Academy, we would like to thank you all for being here this evening. We ask that all audience members please remain seated until all graduates, dignitaries, and faculty have processed out. Diplomas will be distributed backstage. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2024.